Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Thanks for joining me, Lasanya Monique, for a new way. So, I want to talk about the Death Note. So, those who are familiar with anime or Japanese animation may have come across Death Note. And in this anime, this young man mysteriously one night, he's walking and he sees this journal on the ground. And he picks this book up and he doesn't quite know what it is, but make a long story short, he has the ability to kill people because anybody's name that's written in a book will die. He writes out a scenario, and he's a law student. So I don't want to give anything away, but by the way, the live action movies were on point. I have to give it up to Japan, like Gintama. When they do the live action movies to their anime is always on point. Even Gantz. Gantz was is one of my favorite animes, and the movie was just amazing, and so was what's the I can't remember. Anyway, it'll come back to me. There was another good live. Oh, Rurouni Kenshin. Okay, but anyway, so Death Note got me thinking. We all we all picked that book up. And it was dropped there by a demon in the anime, by the way. Or I hope I didn't give it away. But anyway, but still, it's a really good series. There's a whole nother thing thing to it. So if you've seen this, let me know in the comments. And if you want to, hey, further, you want to decode it, you want to break it down, because there's a lot to learn from it. But we all in life, every single one of us, pick up a death note. I was just really thinking about that. And I'm not saying a demon dropped it, but I'm saying I'm saying we all fall off. We all make mistakes. We all do things that gravely hurt people. Well, I'll scratch gravely. That deeply impact people and hurt people. We also do things that can deeply impact them in a good way too. We're very loving beings at our core. But life really grinds us down, and we can either be refined into a diamond, or we could be crushed, like coal before we shine. And so I'm encouraging everybody to stay the course so you can be the beautiful, bright, shining diamond that I know you are. So with that being said, here's what I mean by we all fall off. We all make mistakes, no matter how learned you are, how talented you are, beautiful, rich, successful, or none of the above, we all make mistakes. That is why, even the medical profession is what is called a practice. We're practicing, you know, and even like I said, the most intelligent, brilliant people, sometimes, you look on the world stage, in interviews and the news, and you just wonder, like, did they just say that? You're so smart, you're so intelligent, you're so accomplished, and and you just did that, like breaking scandals. Yeah, we're human. We're human. And the more aware we become, more we put it into practice, the more we self-analyze and heal and correct our behaviors, you know the 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 better self-mastery we become. Self-mastery is the key, right? you know because if you don't become the master yourself, somebody is your master. And not saying that's a bad thing. Maybe that's a lesson. Maybe that's a lesson, and we can check it off our spiritual bucket list. Check it off your human bucket list. Look. Once you check it off, you don't have to go back. You don't have to ever do it again, because now you know. But going back to the Death Note, when we usually make a mistake, it does kind of feel like death, because you lose something. You cheat on your significant other, you may lose them, or they may stay, but it's never the same. The trust is gone. You may mess up on a job, you lose your job, and you really like that job. You may do something wrong and get banned or kicked out for a country. That has happened. And now you're suffering in a foreign country, or It's, sometimes it's not your fault. Most of the time it is. And I think it's really the human learning curve. We're learning to be human. The curiosity, we're naturally curious as spiritual beings, or I'll say living beings, living energetic beings. We're curious. We want to get into everything. Look at little kids, look at puppies. You know, even as adults, even if your life becomes, like a routine, married kids, grandkids, yada, 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 we're still curious. We're always looking for something else, searching for God, searching for a new love, a new job, for life, or, getting your mojo back. We're always curious about something. And, they say curiosity kills the cat. But thank goodness the cat has 9 lives. So keep counting. So with that being said, getting into Death Note, I'm building up to say we need to forgive. We need to forgive. We need to just forgiveness. Forgive yourself, forgive others, and do better. Don't repeat it. You know, and forgive your parents. Forgive those who have hurt you, because hurt people hurt people. Who hurt them? Where were you when they were hurt? Just like, who was there for you when you were hurt? Who hurt you? And I know people don't like that, but that's a part of life. Rich or poor, gray or straight, sorry, gay or straight, black or white, male or female, dark or cat. Like, life is challenging, So let's give each other a break. And your parents, I have a separate talk I did on this, like, a year or two ago. I might re-upload it, maybe not, I don't know, but it was pretty good. And a lot of us, even if we really love our parents, as children, when the first time we got punished or yelled at, there's a betrayal. Think about this, especially with mothers. We all have mother issues, mother or father issues, and everybody has different slight severities of it. But even if she was great to you, you came from a great family, you're still together, all the holidays, everybody's there, grandkids. Think about this. Have to adjust the shoulders there. When you first get here, your mother's God to you. She's everything. She's providing everything. She provided 9 months in the womb. She's providing, like, next 18 years. Dad is too, you know. And sometimes there's shout out to single dads, thank you. Single parents, That's why we need a village. It takes a village, right? So we got to get back to that. But getting back on topic, your mother's loving you, loving you, everything, but the first time she has to discipline you. What? But you're my fairy godmother. You're so nice. You change my diapers every time I get hungry. You feed me. Every time I'm wet, you change my diapers. Every time, I cry, you pick me up and rock me. You rock me to sleep. You tuck me in the bed. You put the little night light on, and you got a little carousel going on. Like, oh my gosh, you treat me so good. Like, what happened? Where did she go? Like, right? And so, because you want to live and you don't know, your baby, you just, okay, we're going to tuck that into subconscious, what you got to deal with later. And, okay, that was that one time and you're a little skittish, but, you hungry again. So now, oh, mom fed me. I'm in love with mom again, right? And so, 2 years old. They call it the terrible twos. I'm going to call it the terrific twos. We got to stop saying terrible twos, or testing twos. We can meet you halfway. So instead of terrible twos, we'll call it terrific twos or testing twos, right? Because you're testing each other. Iron sharpen iron, the kids testing you, you're testing your patience, and patience is a virtue. It's the number one. I'm working on it. So, now it's like, okay, I'm going to get you back, because you were all sweet, giving me good witch Glinda. You know what I'm saying? From the Wizard of the Oz, and now I was holding all that in because I needed to eat. I need my diaper changed. I needed my carousel going on. I need that night light. Right? And now you 2 years old, you got some more mobility, you got the intelligence kicking in. Okay, you know how the house works, you know how people work now, sort of how you can't really talk. And you use that to your advantage. Them kids be talking it up, probably cussing you out for all the time. You were mean and they had to suck it in because they trying to live, right? And so, so, you know, let me get back on topic. I lost my point. You know, having fun over here though. And so we have an innate psychological dis anger towards our mom because she was loving us so good, but but she had to discipline us. Because even if the dad is the disciplinarian in the house, mom, she got you most of the time. She say, "Oh, mom, she gonna get with you, to keep you safe, because you gotta learn, because you can't do whatever you want." And so this is another thing why we do have to learn about the reward or punishment system. We got to change it. We got to fix it. Discipline is key, but I know they say spare the rod and spoil the child, but get rid of the rod and let's be more creative with disciplining the child, because there's a lot of other things you can do instead of yelling and hitting. Okay. And I don't mean a smack here and there. I'm talking about y'all be doing too much. Okay. Y'all do. And especially when they catch you on a day you're frustrated, you may not mean it, but you do it. Sometimes you don't even remember, but the child does. Their soul does, their spirit does, and it causes it because they're holding it in. They're going to manifest it later in life, which causes problems for society. And so, happy people make a happy planet. And so, my rule of thumb is like, look, if I want to be happy, I got to make sure that I am doing my best to, not move in a way or speak in a way that is going to, cause anybody any undue additional pain, because they already got the basics. Rich or poor, doesn't matter. Everybody in between. So, right there, we have the thing with the mother, and of course the father, who is usually the disciplinarian, or if he's not there, okay, which is like in my case, he is now, but he wasn't there growing up, and so I had to work through a lot of anger to heal that situation, and we have to go back to remembering, forgive your parents, because the older your parents are, the harder they had it just in life, period. The more struggles than we have, the younger generation, and the less opportunities. We have so much more opportunities than our parents had. So they really had to suck it up. They really, really did. And depending on your culture or your ethnicity, it was probably even harder, for your parents. And so we have to forgive them because they're humans too. They were a baby too, and they trusted their parents to come into this world, to give them love and support. And, whether they did or not, they did the best they could. And like I said, we can create a new now, forgive them now. And some parents you can, build a relationship. Others, for your own safety, depending on the severity of the situation, you may have to stay away from them. But you can forgive them from afar, because we all fall off. And this gets back to Death Note. We all fall into temptation. We all get seduced. The Pied Piper song, Siren song. We crashing ships after ships after ships after ships. And, luckily, if we survive, a lot of people don't survive. Wholeness, balance, vibrations to them. May they, safely move on to greater shores. And with that being said, after we crashed, we survived, we wring ourselves off, we broke the spell, the Pied Piper, we can pick ourselves back up, but we gotta let it go. Um, Tyler Perry, said it. I don't know if he got the quote from somebody, but I saw the clip where he said it, where he had it on a recorder, and he said, there is no future in the past. And past is baggage. That's why we can't fly. We have wings, but it's heavy. We're carrying stuff, and we're realizing, like, by blaming people, someone who hurt you in the past, someone who wasn't there for you in the past, yeah, it hurts. Face it and say, you know what, it hurt. Cry, go to therapy, write about it, use art. Everybody's an artist. Tap into your artistry. Write a poem, draw a paper, picture, create a song. Go to karaoke. That's what the Asians, y'all are on point with that. My Asian brothers and sisters, y'all on point with the karaoke. Sing it out. Get it out. You don't even got to sing on key. Nobody's going to look down on you. They're going to understand. They're going to be sitting there like, yep, I get it. I get it. You know, they hear you. And let it go so you can create a new now. Whatever, accept what you need to accept. But now you have the power in your hands to create a new now, a new moment, a new life, and you can do it. And you know, you can't take the past with you. You can't. Why would you want to take the people who hurt you with you? They hurt you. And even then, they probably have matured and grow. Like, what my main bully actually, you know, stopped me one day as an adult and apologized. And by then, I was over it. It was weird because I'm like, okay, cool, all right, you know. And I'm like, no problem. I get it. You were a kid. You didn't know. But it was like, because I had worked through it, I just let it go. You know, I never thought I would see him again, but I happened to return my neighborhood to visit some family, and you know, he called, and I was like, oh wow, that was big of him. You know, and that was only one of many bullies. But it's okay because I understand now how life is. Look at the patterns. Look at nature. You know, as beautiful and abundant as this world is, it's very challenging, and that, you know, makes us greater. That's why I said stop ragging on humanity. Humanity is amazing. Humanity is not a virus. We have overcome tremendous odds. Every race, every culture has been subjugated, and they have risen above it. And now we're at a place where we can all come together and share our unique gifts, talents, and abilities and truly make the world great. It's already happening. Look around, you know? Stop with the news and you know the foolishness, the reality shows, and but if that's your thing, that's your thing. No judgment. I'm just saying, like, be mindful where your energy go. Energy goes, attention goes where energy flows, where attention goes. Sorry, you know. And I did that. I said, you know what? If I want good energy, if I got to stop paying attention to drama. I stopped playing violent video games, stopped watching horror movies, stopped watching reality shows because, you know, it was too much. It was too much. And then the politics, you know, I chime in, you know, just to keep tabs on things. But, you know, I peep game now. So it's like, I just keep tabs to, you know, look at the patterns to see, you know, where we're headed and what they're preparing, possibly. And so I can adjust accordingly, no judgment, you know, and focus on myself and focus on, you know, people who are like-minded and want to change and be there to help people who may not be like-minded, but they need help. What do you want to do? You know, think about this. If you have a neighbor and they're hurting, they're starving, they can't eat, and they see you eating, and you happen to go on a trip somewhere, or you're at work, they may be tempted to steal from you because they want to eat. But it's as simple as, hey, you need money? Hey, you need a job? Hey, are you okay? You know, hey, why don't you come out? You know, why don't you come over and eat? I'm making, you know, I got extra. Da, 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 I can't eat this by myself. Or hey, you know, my family invited me over. You know, let's go eat. You know, come with me. Or you know, fix them a plate. You know, I mean, that's just an example. But you know, when we just keep focusing on ourselves, and again, I'm not saying you gotta help everybody, save everybody. You know, just a kind word. You know, just some resources. You know, and you know, or it's like, oh, somebody said, oh, I need something. Well, I don't have it, but you know, I'll keep an ear out to this. You know, or just listening. Sometimes it's just listening. You know, and to get back on topic, we all fall off. We got to give ourselves, forgive each other. And it doesn't mean you excuse foolishness, repeated foolishness. That means you got to cut that person off. Wish them well. No hate. You got to go. Because, you know, obviously you're not getting it. And we have to, you know, draw the line somewhere. And I think when you draw the line and people, you're absent from their life, they're going to really start seeing the benefit that you brought. And they're either going to clean it up and ask for forgiveness and ask you back, or they're going to keep, you know, just doing what they're doing, and eventually life will catch up with them and they're going to hit that rock bottom because there is a time limit on that death note. It will be recalled to be passed on to someone else, according to the anime. But no, but seriously, forgive, just forgive. Because, we don't know what people are going through. We don't know what hardship people have stemming from birth. Even rich people, especially from richest to the poorest. The rich people, see, we look at the shine, the false gold, everything that glitters ain't gold, and the celebrities. But really look at their eyes. Pay attention. Look at these pictures. Watch their interviews, and you're going to start seeing, because I'm seeing it too. Something's off. They're smiling, they're posing, with their eyes and their body language, something's off. And I know what it is. They're not truly happy. It's an act. It's a facade. And love and light and healing to those people. I mean, I want everybody to make it. I'm forgiving everybody. I'm not excusing criminal behavior, but I understand it. I understand it, and I understand to overstand that we have to talk about it so we can change it. Because what's the point of your neighbor starving, but you eating? You may be happy, but you won't be if they come and rob from you. You won't be. You'll be mad, and then violence begets violence, and then it just keeps going on. Then something happened to you. Now your family want revenge. Like, when's it going to end? It ends with compassion, smart compassion, balanced compassion. Not a handout, hand up. Like, you help them help themselves, and sometimes like a kind word and motivation, or an invite. So I'll leave you with that. Thanks for tuning in, and if you like, subscribe, share the video, comment below, email me. When we have lives, I would love to have a panel discussion, and of course, as always, if you'd like to support, we'd love to have it, but if not, we're just happy to have you here. Okay, so until next time, be wise and be well and be wise. Thank you.